Hello, Loup Power District employees, retirees, family, and friends, and welcome to this month's edition of Canal Chronicles. As I mentioned last month, earlier in April, we celebrated Lineman Appreciation Day. And for those of you that were in Nebraska during the month of April, it has certainly been appreciative to have linemen in our crew. April's been one of the windiest months I can remember, and I have to thank all of our line technicians for all the work they did. They responded to any outages we had quickly and safely. And, really we had very few outages considering the amount of wind that we've had, especially last weekend on both Friday and Saturday when we had tremendous winds that approached 60 miles per hour. Our line technicians work in all kinds of weather, and it's been really a crazy weather year for us also, even though we haven't had very much snow. Windy conditions and icy conditions are really the two worst weather phenomena that we can have. And our linemen respond in all sorts of weather and do everything that they can to keep your power on and running smoothly 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm very proud of all of our line technicians, as well as all of the employees at Loup Power District for all the work that they do to keep the lights on and to keep our rates affordable and economical for all of our customers. It's a true testimony of how loyal and trustworthy our employees are for what we allow them to do and what they do every day in their day of work. So if you see one of our line technicians out there, thank them. And if you see any of our employees, don't hesitate to say, hey, thanks for doing such a great job, and we're happy that you're on our side working for us through all types of weather. At today's board meeting, the board and management had a long discussion about district water issues. There really hasn't been a whole lot going on the relicensing front over the past month, but the board and management had a long discussion regarding what are our next steps. Obviously, we filed an appeal of our license at the U.S. 8th Circuit Court of Appeals, and we've been holding that filing in abeyance since 2018 as we've tried to work with the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission and the United States Fish and Wildlife Service on a resolution to our operations compliance plan. We still continue to wait on FERC to resolve some of these issues, and we've kind of reached a holding pattern with them where we haven't been getting any results from them. So we've been having some discussions with our attorneys as to what our next steps are. Today, we talked to the board a lot about what they would like to see in the future regarding our next steps and what we can do. So in the upcoming months, we're going to be preparing some economic analysis for our board to review, as well as come up with some dollar amounts that might cost the district moving forward with an 8th Circuit Court of Appeals. We are currently reaching our 5th anniversary of having the license issued by FERC, and we would like to see some resolutions on the entire licensing process so we can move forward without having to continually worry about where we're at in the process and when we might get a final license. It's been a long 5-year period operating under the current license, and we'd like to see some specific resolutions that we've discussed with both FERC and the Fish and Wildlife Service regarding the flow restrictions that are included in our current license. Stay tuned for more information on this in the near future. Board and management discussed broadband issues in the 4-county rural area at today's board meeting also. As you know, the district is leading an effort to look at rural broadband in Boone, Colfax, Nance, and Platte counties, and we're working with each of the counties to see where to move forward. We've also been working and discussing this with Cornhusker Public Power District, and it looks like Cornhusker is going to move forward with signing the memorandum of understanding that the 4 counties and the district have entered into regarding broadband in the rural areas of our 4-county area. This is exciting as we continue to see more and more money being poured in from the federal government for assistance with rural broadband, and we are working on funding resolutions with each of the 4 counties and with the district's board and possibly with Cornhusker's board to see what levels of funding could be developed and put together before we go forward with a request for proposals from private entities and see what they might be able to offer in our 4-county area. This is what I would call the next great step in bringing rural broadband to the area, and hopefully it will be affordable and available for many in the near future, although no timetable is currently scheduled. We will keep everybody informed as to where we go regarding this, but for the most part, we're very encouraged by where we're moving with regard to our work with the 4 counties and with Cornhusker Public Power District. At today's board meeting, the board passed a resolution thanking Neal Suess for his 30-plus years of work with the district. Neal recently decided to retire, and although we're sorry to see Neal go, we wish him all the best in his future outside of the district. Neal's been a tireless worker in our shop for many, many years, and he will be missed by all of us here at the district. April 20th, the legislature adjourned for the 2022 year. The board heard a report from management today regarding the 2022 session and the number of bills that were passed, as well as the number of bills that weren't passed. The district watched the session very intently, as there were a number of bills associated with the electric utility industry, as well as with economic development, that were passed by the legislature, and a number of them that weren't passed that the district was very set against. I testified on behalf of a number of bills for the Nebraska Power Association earlier this year, and those bills did not get acted on by the legislature. It was a very interesting year at the Nebraska unicameral, as the bills that were passed dealt a lot with tax cuts, economic development in the form of the Perkins County Canal and the Star Wars Lake development near Ashland, as well as other bills to promote economic development throughout Nebraska. With the funding coming in from the federal government by way of the American Recovery Plan Act dollars, as well as other surplus dollars that the state of Nebraska had, there was a lot of room for the legislature to do a lot of things to really help benefit the citizens of Nebraska. And it's our belief that the legislature did this. We'll be excited to see where these go in the upcoming year, as the legislature moves forward with actually producing the plans for the Perkins County Canal project and the lake development near Ashland, and see what that really does for economic development in the state of Nebraska. During the Vice President's reports today and during the financial report, CFO Walt Williams provided the board with an update as to where we stand year to date. It's been a tough first 3 months, as the district is actually about $1.5 million below our budget for net income. That may sound like a lot, but in 8 of the last 20 years, the district has been in the same region in a negative way after 3 months. The first 3 months of the year are always tough to predict, as weather conditions and peak demands and energy levels tend to fluctuate depending upon weather, cold weather, wind, and other weather phenomena that occurred during these 3 months. We'll be watching very closely in April, May, and June as we start moving toward the summer months, and hopefully these numbers will turn around and we'll see some better net income results during these 3 months as the board continues to watch this very closely. Although the numbers look bad, overall the district is doing very well financially, and we see no problems with where we're at currently regarding rate increases in the upcoming years. We're still waiting to see exactly where Nebraska Public Power District will be in 2023 for their rates before we make any final determination on rate levels for the 2023 year. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, earlier this month we celebrated Lineman Appreciation Day. And as I said, I really want to thank all of the district employees for all of the work that they've done. We work tireless hours trying to do what's right for the district and for our customers, and realistically, all of the district employees take a great amount of pleasure and pride in the job that they do every single day, coming to work, working in the public power industry, and providing a service to all of our customers. I always want to thank them and really appreciate all the work that they do as they move forward in their jobs and as they look to do things for the public as part of their jobs. Public power is a great strength for the state of Nebraska, and especially here in our 4-county area, and we look forward to continuing that strength in the upcoming years. So with that, and as always, stay safe and be happy.